Today I'm going to change out the wood piece for the air conditioner control panel area. I'm going to do things a little bit different. I've never really had much luck with a tripod setup inside a car, so I'm actually going to try using my Surface Book 3 laptop. We'll see how that goes. It has a 1080p camera, so there won't be any 4K in this video. So today I'm going to be removing this piece of wood. It's actually incredibly easy. I've already loosened up these knobs beforehand. They just come off first thing. You've got these large nuts that need to be taken out. You can either use a socket or a pair of pliers if you are careful. It's only clamping down on plastic, so they shouldn't be excessively tight. And they just spin out. Now, if your car is pre-facelift, you will also have screws under here. This piece of wood that I temporarily had in my red project is from a facelift car, so it doesn't even have the holes there. So yeah, if you've taken those screws out, if they're there, you just lift it straight up and it unhooks at the top. It's as easy as that. Now my new piece of wood does have an additional cutout. I'm just temporarily going to install one of these light switches. I'm not going to connect it up to anything. I've agonized over that decision for a couple of hours now. I could not bring myself to modify the factory wiring. It actually made me physically ill. The pain is real with OCD. Some things you just cannot do. I could not actually get my hands to operate to do that task. I just froze up and I couldn't do it. So yeah, all I'm going to do is temporarily fit that switch. At a later stage I might find something else to put in there. These top two screws, and that will give me access to this switch frame here, which I can just temporarily insert my socket in, and my extra light switch. It's just there to fill the hole in, because you're not allowed to have a hole where you can stick your finger in during the inspection, otherwise that's an immediate fail, as ridiculous as that sounds. What I might do is actually just remove this shield, so I've got a bit better access so I can get that switch in there. So to remove this version air conditioner control panel, there is just a squeeze tab on the bottom of the electrical connector, and then the whole thing just pivots out of there. So that's out of the way now. If you want to release this backing plate, these holes are keyed for these devices to actually lock into. So you just push those sideways and then they can push through. And that's actually how you get this plastic piece to come out. I may not actually have to in my case. I just want to get access to the back side of this. Because this is just temporary. That's my pretend extra switch installed. This will just plug in now. And now I can go ahead and put the cover back on the back side of this. Of course, if I was doing this properly, I would take this out, but this is only temporary. This has 4 places it locks into. And that's it. I can now happily put my replacement piece of wood in here. In the meantime, I will put these back in. I didn't actually need to take these out. It looks like there's supposed to be additional screws here, but these have broken off on this switch frame. I do have a spare one, but it doesn't matter, literally. It works without them. And this just hooks in again at the top. And it's in. Yep. Yeah. I can put my 2 screws back in. Of course, going backwards until you feel the click. With any screw going into plastic, that will prevent it getting cross-threaded. So now I'm ready to put my new piece of wood on. All of these bulbs, and if any are blown, now's the time to change it. So let's just test that out. And as we can see, 2 here are working, 1 here is working, 1 here is not. So we'll go ahead and change that now. Operation panel. These light guides just clip in. There's a clip at the top and a clip at the bottom, and that gives you access to this bulb here. So I'll just try this one out, and hopefully this is a good replacement. I've just unclipped this to take it out. Blown bulb removed. Let's see if this one is also blown or if it works. What a shock, it's also blown. Unless the socket itself is no good. Let's just try that out. No, socket is fine, so yes, lucky me, I pulled out another blown bulb. So let's try and find another one. An original MB bulb. Still works. Something I am not happy with my replacement wood is the condition of these inserts where the knobs are. They're actually quite badly worn. And this temporary one I was using on red is in much better condition. Fortunately, it looks like they just unscrew from the rear. I'll go ahead and try and swap those over now. So yes, there is just 8 screws, and then that whole thing just comes off. So I will go ahead and put the better one into my new piece of wood. So now that I have swapped the good-looking, whatever the hell they're called, I don't know what they're called, escutcheons, into this piece of wood, I can now install it. And of course I have my 4 working bulbs. And since this is only sitting in there, of course that's not going to illuminate, but I guess I can deal with that. Installation is obviously a reversal of the removal. And I now do have screw holes here. That really does require the deck to come out to put those in. I don't think I'm going to go to that extreme because this is only temporary until I decide what I'm going to put in here. So I will just tighten these up. Of course, the finishing touches are to reinstall the knobs. So the job is all done for now, and that's only looking about 10,000 times better than it did when I first got this red car. The only thing I'm missing is a decent ashtray. I mean, that one is still passable, and obviously a decent knob. This one is completely worn out on the top, and I've just put leather dye on that. It's passable for now, but the texture is completely incorrect. I might go ahead and find myself a Zebrano knob, but that's not urgent. I can probably go ahead and consider getting the car licensed as soon as I get the front end aligned. And hopefully they don't pick on me for a switch that doesn't do anything, but I guess we will find out.